That is not switch on, Arvind.
Life is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है कोई दिक्कत नहीं पता नहीं जो थारी राय सो हमारी राय nothing to do nowhere to go देखो सुनो मत बोलो wherever whenever whatever you are be 100% कर्नाटक किसी को आओ मत कहो किसी को जाओ मत कहो ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना who asked you live at zero complaint level मौज में रहो घटी
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. As much the so-called good spiritual people suffer in life, that much average people don't suffer. They are poisoned by meditation, spirituality, religion. So they themselves are miserable. A miserable person cannot spread joy. If I have got peanuts in my pocket, I can't distribute chocolates. If I am myself miserable, what joy I can give to the world? Therefore, the first principle of meditation is don't try to become happy, just be happy. Therefore, in reality, meditation is never done. Meditation is a process of undoing. Meditation is a process of unbecoming. And this is what we all achieve in life. Alas, we do not know how we achieve this. See, the first principle, all experiences happen only in the mind. Nothing happens to body. This we have to be convinced about it. Nothing happens to body. How I learned it? Now, another principle of meditation. Meditation is a continuous, unbroken process of learning from every single experience of our life. If we cannot learn from the experiences of our life, even God cannot teach us. It is said, you can take the horse to the waters. You can't make him drink water. He will make water. What will you do? See, friends, we have to learn. And this is how I learned. One or two things I'll tell you. This example I have quoted in number of my experience talks, and it is not from the books because God said it. No. Direct experience I am telling you. And we have to be convinced of this. Then only the things change around us. Today we are all living our convictions. We are convinced that I am body. And thereafter we live as the body, for the body, on everybody. And therefore when we talk only about our body. I am 50 years old. Do we have a birth experience? But associated with the body, I say I am 50 years old. Therefore, how do we learn that everything happens in mind? See, first take gross experience examples, then come to subjective. There was a man and he gave a wrong news to somebody just to trouble him, a sadist person. So he told, hey, I heard your son in America met with a terrible accident. See? Now this man got frustrated. So when it is day in India, America, it is night. So this man got frustrated and started talking to himself, old man. And then his old wife. In old age, wives are smarter than the men. Men are dumb. Wives, please thank me. So she said, you are always worried and frustrated. Why don't you call and find out? So he called to his son. And the son lifted the phone and banged the dad. How many times I told you, don't call me at this time? Put the phone down. Oh, thank God, he is okay. Now, where this has happened? Has it happened to the body? This is only happening in the mind. One common example. Now take a subjective example. Once there was something growing on my big toe, like some red growth, and then somebody came to do namaskar, and when he did namaskar, he said, Swamiji, what is wrong with your foot, with your toe? I said, I don't know why. There is something growing. I said, maybe it is a wisdom toe. Who knows? Ignorant people get wisdom tooth. The wise people get wisdom toe. He said, no, it's not a matter of joke. It is serious. If it grows, it will be troubling you. It should be removed. I said, okay, I'll do it. He said, no, I can do it. I am a doctor. I said, okay. I went with him. Sat in a chair and put my foot on the table. And then he gave local anesthesia. And after 15 minutes, he asked me, touching it, how do you feel? So I told him, I am feeling very emotional. You are taking care of me so much. He said, not that. Then what? Are you feeling anything here? I said, where? That means there was no feeling in the toe. And thereafter, he took the scalpel and started cutting. And then he scooped it out, whatever was that. And he was so happy. Swamiji, everything came out perfectly well. No remnant remaining inside. When he was telling that, and I was seeing he has cut, then the blood is coming out. And after that was over, he was teaching. What was going in my mind? Oh, I am realized, I am a great yogi. Nothing happens to me when my toe is cut. I am realized for half an hour. After that, the pain started. Oh God! That day, I discovered this principle. Everything happens to the mind, nothing happens to the body. Friends, how much time we take to take care of the body? Organic food. As if there is inorganic food. Food is always organic. See? And then we do exercise. So with body, we do two things. One, we earn our bread and butter by functioning by the body. And then we also work on the body to keep the body healthy. When we go in the morning for running, where do we reach? Nowhere, we come back home. See, when we go on twisting our body, for what? Only keep the body healthy. If this example is clear, what have we done from day one of our life? to take care of our mind. We even do not know that whether we are working by the mind or we are working on the mind. It is easier to understand working by the body and working on the body. But how do we understand what is the difference between working by the mind and working on the mind? See, friends, there was one international yoga conference. I was there. After everything was over, one lady from America, she said, I am to catch my flight, but when I reach America, I'll call you and I am writing book on mind. So kindly tell me something. I said, okay. She went, called me. When she called, that time it was India, was dark night, and she was daytime in America. I said, look here, at night I don't talk, at night I sleep. So I'm sorry. Next day she called when it was day in India. He said, I am writing book on mind. I want to know what is the understanding of mind according to you people and according to the Western approach. I said, I'll summarize both the things in one sentence. Western approach talks about the possible unhealthy conditions of the mind. And we talk about the infinite potentiality which is dormant in every mind. See the difference? Invoke that infinite potentiality. It is for this purpose we have to learn what is the functioning of mind. Normally, what is understood by meditation? You sit in a most uncomfortable posture and be suffering silently. And then that becomes their thing, I can sit for meditation for half an hour. Simply sitting half an hour is meditation. Then all the buffaloes sit on the main road for 10 hours without moving. If one mosquito comes and lands on our face, we get disturbed. If a truck comes, buffalo is in meditation. She looks at the truck, so what? We become so physical. That is not meditation. See, friends. And therefore, the basics about meditation. We are undoing all what we have been doing with our mind. We have to undo that. So, few things we must be clear about it. Number one, we do not have to gain anything in life. The real meditation is losing everything. Real meditation is becoming ordinary, not becoming extraordinary. Now again, analyze your own experience. What is meditation? We all go through meditation. There is one text, Tripura Rahasya, and there this particular topic comes. Every one of us goes through Nirvikalpa Samadhi, deep meditation, every day, dozens of times. Alas, we do not know this is meditation. What have you achieved? What you have done? At this moment, you are neither man nor woman, neither in South Africa nor in India, neither rich nor poor. You are. But what happens? We add specialities, something extra on us. So I am man, I am woman, one extra. I am beautiful, I am awful, second extra. I am rich, I am poor, third extra. I am intelligent, I am dumb, fourth extra. So many extras are added. And we are carrying like a mule the burden of those extras. And in addition to that, I am spiritual. I am doing meditation. How we go to sleep? I am not telling you to do anything. Only analyze your experiences and learn how we go to sleep. We come away from the world, all our achievements, failures, everything, no priorities, come back home. After coming home, we discard the home, we come to our room. After coming to the room, we discard everything in the room. We go below the quilt. See? Like last night when we came here. So, what I have done, everyone does the same thing. Everything is rejected, go below the quilt. And thereafter, last thought is, I want to sleep. I want to sleep. Till such time, I is there and want is there, sleep doesn't begin. So what is the sleep? Where I, who wanted the sleep, disappears. And thereafter, sleep begins. So in sleep, what do we get? On the contrary, sleep is a complete loss. But we continue to be. And in that experience, we are all happy. And whenever we are happy, we make noise, is it not? Can you imagine the marriages conducted in a condolence mode? So the boy and the girl, they are ready to put the garland. Everybody is mourning. Why? Poor fellow are getting married. No. See, everybody is happy. Wherever there is happiness, there is noise. And therefore, all the people, those who really sleep, they snore. Snoring is a declaration, I am happy. But that happiness is without the presence of Mr. I. In deep sleep, we are nobody. See, my friends, now we go further. We do not do waking. We are in the waking and then do the things. We do not do dreaming. We are in the dream and then go through all imaginary experiences. We do not do deep sleeping. There is a deep sleep and then we snore. So when we do not do waking, when we do not do dreaming, when we do not do deep sleeping, why do you do meditation? Thank God, I was all the time worried, I can't do meditation. Never do meditation. See, friends, those who are the victims of meditation, for them, half an hour meditation, rest of the day frustration. And what is their problem? Swamiji, whenever I sit for meditation, mind is too disturbed. What should I do? Don't do meditation, relax. No, but my guru told, do meditation, then do meditation. But then there are too many thoughts, what should I do? Don't do meditation. How simple it is. You decide. See, friends, therefore, in meditation, if we have this notion, many people say like this, Swamiji, when I was sitting for meditation, I saw bright light. And I was so happy. Bright light, bright light. After some time, the light has gone. Then next day again I tried, but that light was not coming, Swamiji. Where it has gone wrong? I said the bulb has become fuse. Change it. Friends, any experience which begins in time, remains for some time, ends after some time, is the magic of the mind. Waking experience begins, remains for some time, it ends. But we continue to be. Do we end? We continue. We don't end. Dream begins, remains for some time, it ends. We continue to be. Sleep begins, remains for some time, it ends. We continue to be. This is what we are. My friends, we don't have to become divine. We are divine. Whether we know or we don't know, whether we want or we don't want, divinity is our natural state. It is not created. It is not modified. It is not destroyed. It is only covered. If you stand in front of the mirror and the mirror is covered by dust, so when you want to look into such a mirror, our reflection will be very faint. Why? Because the potentiality of the mirror to express the object 100% is covered by the dust. So are we going to improve the mirror? No. We are removing the dust. So it is not getting something, discarding. See? And we go one step further. All this understanding should be clear. So when we look into the mirror, what is our understanding? Our understanding is, are we looking at the mirror or we are looking in the mirror? See? Like when I am looking at the phone, so I am looking at the phone. But when I take the selfie, am I looking at the phone? I am looking in the phone. Now, second thing. When we look in the mirror, are we looking at the reflection or we are looking at ourselves? So when we take the toothbrush and toothpaste and do E in front of the mirror, do we apply it there? Array, my teeth are there. So we are looking outside, but we are knowing ourselves. Is it not your experience? When a mother looks at the child, we look at the child, but the mother looks in the child. And what she looks in the child? She is my extension. She is me. And therefore, the love of the mother for the child is a noun. It is an experience. It is not a verb. It is not an act. A boy and a girl, they love each other. One young group, boy and girl, they came to me. Swamiji, please bless us. I said, what wrong you have done? Swamiji, we have fallen in love. I say, you got hurt? Whenever you fall, you get hurt, is it not? Yes, Swamiji, we got married. I said, whenever love is an action, you fall. But when love is a noun, you rise. Has anybody ever heard that the mother has fallen in love with the child? No. The mother has love for the child. And therefore, the foolishness of the child is glorified by the mother as the wisdom. See, I am the victim of that. All these mothers bring their dumb children, and then I have to listen to that and also appreciate how many lies can you talk. But for the mother, the same thing she tells to 100 people with the same enthusiasm. My daughter, my son is so intelligent, Swamiji. He knows everything. Beta, chant Sanskrit shloka and then say Tvameva Matasha, say Pita Tvameva. The mother only says everything. And thereafter, she says, how nice he has chanted. No, you have chanted. Why? Because the child is my child. Living in this mode 24/7 with everybody in this world is living in meditation. See, friends. And this can happen only when we uncover ourselves. See? Therefore, meditation is to be lived 24/7 at two levels. One level is what it is like being other than the body. First principle we have learned, everything happens to the mind. Nothing happens to body. Once one of my friend in a very big hospital, he took me, Swamiji, have you seen open heart surgery? I said, no, nobody has opened my heart. So, no, somebody else has. I said, no, I am not a doctor or a butcher. I don't know. Come, I will show you. So I went to, with the proper dress and code, everything, I went. And the patient was lying on the operation table, and and his chest was open like a fridge, and the what you call the heart was collapsed there like the bladder of a football. Earlier days, there used to be bladder inside a football, flat one, whitish. I said, come on, yaar, finish quickly. He will die. He said, no, Swamiji, you relax. Then he showed me, this is happening, that is happening, all the details he showed. So that time what was going in my mind? What exactly has happened? Chemically, he was in meditation. So, when the mind is not identified with the body, still we continue to live. We don't die. See, my friends, if you are living in meditation, the fear about death will disappear from your mind. If you are living in meditation, you will not lead a language of what will I get, what will I get. When the mother loves the child, does she calculate in childhood? No. But when the boy or the girl has become grown up, then the same mother starts calculating. When you were child, I did so much for you. Now you don't do anything. It is not a bargain. Who wants whom? It is the parents who want the children. Children don't need parents. When you guys get married for 3 years, 4 years, 6 years, no children, then you start running from picture to post. And then I want a child. So whose need it is? If it is your need, we should not be arrogant. But then what happens? Be attentive. Then what happens? After doing so much, then slowly, expectations, desires start cropping up. When I am old, my children will look after me, and from there, the samsara begins. Therefore, we don't have to achieve anything. Therefore, the happy mantra which I played, first statement is, life is a time pass. What is a time pass? Another experience, an experiment. Some place, I had to go for food. This is how I survive in this world. Go to this place, that place, they give me food, and I had to also tell the food is also good. So many lies. Therefore, I have to chant the Lord's name to wipe away the lies. So, there was some time for the food to be ready. I said, never mind, I'll read newspaper. So they had a son, about 7, 8 years. Now that son said, Swamiji, no newspaper. I said, okay, no newspaper. The simplest way to disagree with anybody in this world is to agree immediately. You are living in meditation. What is there to argue? No, it was okay, never mind. No, we should play carom. I said, I don't know how to play carom. He said, no, I know how to play. I said, then you play. No, no, you have to join. I will teach you. No, I have to take food in their house. How can I satisfy him? So he was playing nicely and I don't know how to play. But then I am a Swami. So I have my own meditational technique. So I ask him, hey, what is that? When he looks at it, I take 2, 3 things. That day, one principle I discovered. Theft is not a crime unless you are caught. Is it not happening in your country? See how simple it is. And once I was caught. Then he started crying. Swamiji is a cheat, Mummy is. I said, okay, now I'll not promise. Again, we started. After maybe 2 to 3 minutes, when he was playing, his mummy said, Swamiji, food is ready. I said, hey, come on, let's go and take food. Forget about it. He said, no, now I'm winning. I have to play. You cannot give up. Now be attentive. For that child, victory and defeat was an issue, is it not? For me, it was a time pass till the food is ready. Exactly the same way, our life is a time pass. And that is why we go for outing, we go for surfing, we go for driving. Why? Time pass. So be attentive. How the time is born? Time is born when your mind is active. Stop the mind, no time. Time is when a sequence is established. Like we started at 7 o'clock. Then things are happening. And after that, the talk will be over. Second event. Then we'll have breakfast. Then that will be over. Third event, fourth event, fifth event. And then we say, oh God, how 8 hours have gone? So what is time? Time is establishment of a sequence of events. When we go to sleep, thereafter, no event. So we keep on snoring. And then we wake up. First thing that we do, what is the time? Oh, I was sleeping for 4 hours. So during that time, where was the time? So what is the meaning? We are all the time trying to kill the time instead of transcend the time. Instead of killing the desires, transcend the desires. Instead of struggling with victory and defeat, go beyond victory and defeat. You are living in meditation. See, friends. Therefore, once we are convinced of this, that this world is nothing but our own body. World is not outside. Start from our body. And the mind, which is expressing through the body, cannot think without a reference point. Now see how meditation can happen. We'll play some experiment on meditation. And I'm telling you, not we do, but we play. When you are playing, you are not worried about success or defeat. Just time pass. So we are playing one experiment. At this moment, you become husband or wife, and sit quiet and think as husband and as wife. Stop. You have the data with you. Now, second experiment. Become parents or children and think as parent or children. Stop. Now, the last experiment. Remain as nobody. Don't become anybody. Stop. Now, these three experiments that we conducted, what we have learned. When we became husband and wife, or husband or wife, their thoughts were pertaining to wife or husband respectively. When we became children or parents, thoughts were pertaining to parent or children. When we remained as nobody, no thoughts. So instead of complaining about the mind, why don't you learn thoughts require a reference point? Without a reference point, thoughts cannot begin. And what is the reference point for all of us? Only body. When we are snoring away in sound sleep, that's why it's called a sound sleep. Sound for the society, sleep for us. So in that sound sleep, when we are not identified with the body, no thoughts. So the whole world that we suffer in this world begins from our body identification. So what should be the meditation now, tell me? Should we live as body or should we live through the body? What we are doing is we are living as the body, for the body, and everybody. See, friends, now this understanding will change our interaction with the world. See? There was a great Mahatma, a great saint, and he was called by some bad name or like that. So his disciple said, "Sir, he abused you. Should I go and settle the account?" He said, "If you have accepted, you must return back. If you are not accepted, why you should return back?" But he called you fool. He said, "Look here, if he condemns me as a body, I also condemn myself as a body. Because I know for certain I am functioning through the body. I have no more body. Because the body is born. Do we have the experience of birth? None. See? Once I happened to go in a this maternity ward for whatever reason, and after that, what purpose I went was over. Then I talked to the sister. I said, Amma, I call all ladies as mother. I said, Amma, don't call me mother. I am not your mother. I said, okay, sister. Yes. Thank God she didn't say I am not your sister. So then I asked her, don't mind, it is for my general knowledge. Then I asked, I said, you people tell the time of birth. What you tell, that is the final. Have you ever heard anybody born at a round figure? 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock? Nobody. 7:38. Now the question comes, how do you decide the time of birth? When the head comes, or tail comes, or the fully comes out, or it is a cesarean? How do you decide? He said, I say, you are a Swami, I will not tell you lies. Yes. There are dozens of them delivering, and I am the only one. So I approximately tell you things like this. And on the basis of that, you prepare your horrible scope. Isn't it? They call it horoscope. It's a horrible scope. And then go on imagining and all that. In short, the time of birth and birth is not experienced by the child which is born. Don't know when it is born, what date it is, what time it is. See? Nor we have the experience of growth. It is the people call us, auntie, please come. For the young girl, when first time she is addressed as auntie by somebody, children, she gets angry. Don't call me auntie, I am your sister. And first time a old man is called, grandpa, please sit down. Don't call me grandpa before anybody, call me uncle. The reason is, we never experience we are growing. See, friends. Therefore, one of the pathetic joke of the old people, one old man asked me, Swamiji, can you tell me what is my age? So I told him, maybe 3.5 years. How can you say like that? I said, such questions are asked only by the children, not by the grown-up people. No, tell me, what could be my age? I said, okay, I'll tell you. You are 81 years young. When I said 81 is young, he said, you are the only person who correctly understood me. Although I am 81, I don't feel I am old, because nobody experiences he or she is growing. It is the body that is growing. Third, none of us have ever experienced death. And the fourth, none of us ever experience our absence. This eternal presence is not created, it is our natural state. Reverting back to this natural state without efforts, when it happens, without going to sleep, then we are living in meditation. Any work you do for 5-6 hours, we get tired, isn't it? We go to sleep for 8 hours. After coming out of the sleep, do we say, come on, yaar, I was sleeping for 8 hours, I'm damn tired? No. What is that? Like we keep our phone for charging overnight, and when we are out, again we start a WhatsApp, and the whole phone is discharged, and again we are worried. Exactly the same way. At night, we are one with the divine. No more influenced by the body identification and the world. Therefore, we are fully charged. But again, when we are out of the sleep, we don't come out of the bed. And then the whole charged energy is discharged. And what we do that time, all unwanted thinking goes on. Like a poultry farm. We don't want to leave the bed. And thereafter, when the nature calls us, with the nature's call, we go. And all the energy, all the divine experience which we have gathered in deep sleep is just wasted. And again we start the same thing. Therefore, friends, come to recognize this. Divinity is not a product of action. It cannot be improved. It cannot be destroyed. And that divine you are. So when we are snoring away, not identified with the body, if somebody says some good or bad to us, do we get influence? No. But we continue to exist. Exactly the same way. Live in this world with that mode. Somebody says good or bad, we don't have to acknowledge that. It is in their mouth, why should we say? When you start working on your day-to-day experiences, slowly you will grow wise. And what are the symptoms of a wise man? Bhagavad Gita tells, Gatasu na gatasunshcha nanu shochanti panditaha. Wise people are never miserable because somebody dies or somebody doesn't die. Ignorant people are miserable for both the things. When somebody dies, they are miserable. When somebody doesn't die, ye marta bhi nahi hai. There also they are miserable. Therefore, what is meditation? Living 24/7 in a happy mode. Now, happy doesn't mean all the time like a mad. Happy means other thing, living at zero complaint level. You are living in meditation. Living in meditation is what? Wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever you are, be 100%. Wherever you are, place. Whenever you are, time. Whatever you are, body. 100%. Now, where are we? In satsanga. When are we in satsanga? During the satsanga. What should we be? Only the seekers of truth. Nothing else. And this is applied in every moment in life. If you are driving a car, be only a driver. If you are taking your food, enjoy every bite. If you are talking, talk cheerfully, happily, meaningful. If you are with the children, be like a child, not becoming childish. If you are the teenagers, be Coca-Cola brand. If you are with the oldies, be frustrated one, but actually nothing. Living that drama is living in meditation. Our problem is we try to prove something to somebody. Don't do that. Relax. We don't have to prove anything to anybody. This experience also I referred. This happened in my UK trip, maybe about 10-15 years before. I came from Mumbai to London, Heathrow. And by about 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock, the flight came. And then one lady, a British lady, she came to take me to the church where there was a talk on Bhagavad Gita. So she was driving, and casually I said, Amma, I think we have taken a wrong exit. You can imagine telling a British lady she is wrong, how courage is required. So she said, Swamiji, I am here for last 40 years, I know. I said, that doesn't stop you from making mistakes. No, I am all right. I said, very good, continue. After going about another half an hour, she said, Swamiji, what you said is right. I have taken a wrong exit, now I realize. Now what to do? I said, go the wrong way. Two wrongs make one right. No, 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 we can't, we will be caught. I said, then follow your suffering. So we had to go 40 miles to take a U-turn. It was the expressway. And by the time we reached the church, it was 1 hour late. So I was thinking all people must have gone and then I can go and enjoy my food and sleep. But all of them were waiting. So right from the car to the dais and started giving talk for 1.5 hours. After that, my cup of tea and all socializing. And then I went, had my dinner. And after the dinner was over, I was watching BBC documentary on Himalaya. So this lady was with me, elderly lady, must be about 70 or 50, 60 like that. She says, Swamiji, go and sleep now. I said, look here, as long as I'm cool, I'm cool. When I burst, I burst. You mind your business. Don't tell me what I have to do. No, 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 not that way. But you must be tired. You came all the way and you are constantly working. Are you not tired? I said, do you see I am tired? No, this is what I want to ask you. I want to be like you. I don't want to get tired in my life. What is the secret? I said, you cannot be like me. Why? No beard. Longer the beard, confirm is the wisdom. Trimmed beard, trimmed wisdom. No beard. She says, Swamiji, you are making only jokes, please tell me. I said, Mama, simple thing. See, what is your life if you have to write an autobiography? In 2 sentences, your life will be, you are trying to prove something to somebody. Don't try to prove anything to anybody. Be yourself. The husband tries to prove to the wife, honey, darling, I love you. Honey, darling. When they call honey, I always feel they must be feeling sticky, sticky, isn't it? In Canada, there was one girl from India, UP, and she doesn't know much of English. So her husband used to call her honey, honey. She asked me, Swamiji, I don't understand the honey is sticky, sticky thing, and he always calls me. And I don't know what I should. He told me, you also call me honey, but I don't like the he to be sticky. What should I call him? I said, I'll tell you, but don't tell my name. Yes. I told her, call him chewing gum. So he said, honey, how are you? I am okay, chewing gum. We try to prove something to somebody. Don't do that. Be yourself. My friends, we are answerable to our own conscience, not to the world. Are we falling in self-respect? How important it is. What is guilt? Guilt is when we disrespect our knowledge in our action. Then the guilt happens. And this is how we try to waste our life only in this. I try to prove something to somebody. Never do that. Relax. Be sincere up to the core. You are living in meditation. And second thing, we waste our time in justifying. We try to justify something or the other to someone or the other. No justification. See? Why we justify? Because we are guilty. When these two things happen in life, we don't want to prove anything to anybody. We don't want to justify anything. You are at peace with yourself. Living in this mode 24/7 is living in meditation. Now, I have been talking for last 55 minutes or so. Did we do anything? We didn't do anything. Only listening. This quality of poise, when it is maintained 24/7, then when we are functioning in the world, our attention is neither on the world nor on I. Our attention is on the quality of the mind before we take up any job, during the execution of the job, and after the job is done. What is the quality of our mind? Like I am talking to you. Now, where is my attention? Is my attention on you? That because of my talk you will improve? I will be frustrated in life. Because you cannot improve. Why you cannot improve? Why, Swami? Because you are divine. I have no doubt about it. How can I improve somebody? If I accepted them as divine? But what is our problem? We want to improve others because they are bad. We want to improve the world because the Creator didn't know how to create His world. Friends, we are here not to improve anybody, but to accept everybody with love. And that love is not a verb, it is a noun. See, friends, live in this mode. You are living in meditation. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. I'll tell you one simple experience. In England, it happened many years before 9/11. That time it was easier to get into the flight and come out. Now it is a terrible torture. So many people came to leave me on the airport, on Heathrow Airport. And there was one lady, she just hugged me and started crying. Swamiji, you should not go, stay here only with us, mama, mama. I said, okay, mama, I'll come again and stay longer. Now this time I had to go. And I went and sat inside the flight. So normally I sit on the window side so that I can jump out whenever I want. So I was sitting comfortably. There was one elderly lady in the center, and at the aisle seat was her husband. So after the announcement, everything was over, she asked me, excuse me, what do you do? I said, I love. When I said I love, she started crying. How can you say so casually you can love? I said, that is the only thing I know. Then she said, I saw so many people came and that lady was crying. Why they were crying? Because they also love. Friends, love is a chemical which dissolves all the differences. Living in meditation and not having an ocean of love in our heart is contradiction in terms. Like the child, mother knows that the child is my extension, therefore she doesn't have to love. You must have seen when the mother is yet to deliver the child, or after the delivery of the child, her mother or her mother-in-law or anybody, they give 101 instructions. Don't eat this, don't eat that, don't do this, don't do that. They never tell, love your child. Because love is not an action, my friend. And it can happen only through knowledge. And what is the knowledge to that mother? The child is my extension. See? Living in this mode is living in meditation. In this, what we have done? We have undone all our wrong notions. Somebody is other than me, I am not. No. And this is possible for everyone. It doesn't matter whether you can sit in the chair or you cannot sit in a particular posture. Doesn't matter. See, slowly, slowly, this becomes our 24/7 mode. Then we start living in meditation. And therefore, this meditation never begins, never ends. In this meditation, nothing we gain nor we lose. In this meditation, there is neither a success nor a failure. In this meditation, is only immaculate, pure bliss without any blisters. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.